Hello everyone, my name is Jake,
My name's Phoebe.
and welcome to the first ever episode of the Tea and Chats podcast.
Podcast. Went off with a blast.
Whoa! I didn't know we were saying it at the same time there. That wasn't pre-rehearsed or anything. So
But I came in with it.
You came in with it, okay. So, my name is Jake, this is Phoebe, and well, since this is our very first episode, why don't you introduce yourself, Phoebe, to the audience?
So we're siblings, Jake and Phoebe Wren.
Yes.
And I'm 18 years old, and I'm in college as well. I'm a student, and I'm working in a boutique, doing a little bit of modelling.
Yes. You find that over on our Instagram. A little bit of modelling. You're into your modelling, yes.
And fashion, a little bit. I'm into our training as well. We'll get into that in a minute.
Of course, we're both into our fitness, and as Phoebe said, we're into our running, our resistance training. We'll get into that in a minute. My name's Jake. I'm 20 years old. I'm currently working as a personal trainer, and I also really enjoy my fitness. We also like stuff like pop culture, movies.
Yep.
We're into our video games.
Yeah, we're kind of video game and movie nerds.
Yeah, we dabble in a little bit of gaming. So that's the joy of having your own podcast, is we can kind of talk about whatever we like, Phoebe.
A little bit of everything.
Yeah, a little bit of everything. So that being said, how's your training going?
Good. I've been kind of training in the gym for a while, like kind of growing up. As exactly. A teenager.
Like the last 2 or so years, you've been really into your weight training.
Yeah, I kind of focused on that when I was like 15, 16. But recently, after Jake ran the marathon.
Yes, and we can get into that in a bit.
Yeah, I was inspired, so I started running. And I'm enjoying it. I did 5.5k today.
You did.
I was trying to get it in under 30 minutes, but I got 5.22k.
Still got a ton of medals. Still
a PR.
Medals still a 5k PR.
I hit a 5k PR.
Still a W.
Yeah, but I'm trying to get that 5.5k.
Yeah. We went on a run today. It was great. We actually had a lovely day off today. Yeah. It was very wholesome, very nice.
Yeah, we're rarely off together.
Yeah. The whole family was off. We were all chilling at home. Mm-hmm. We got a fantastic run in with our brother Isaac.
Yeah.
We were chilling, and then we were grilling. We got the barbecue out. I was cooking on the barbecue.
Yeah.
It was pretty chill. We got the fire pit going. So super wholesome evening. And you've been getting into your running, haven't you? You have a big run coming up. Big run on the horizon.
Big run. I didn't even know if I wanted to talk about it on the podcast, because I'd want to be all talk and no action.
But you have a big run coming up that you're training for, that you'll speak about soon. But we like to put in the work before we just talk about things.
Yeah, I don't want to talk a lot of crap and then
Yeah, but you've been doing hard work. Like you did a 9k last Sunday,
mm-hmm.
so. Yeah.
But I'm going to back up my talk before I go talking anything.
Yeah, exactly. Good job, Phoebe. Yeah. And I'm into my training too. Like I'm really into my gym training, resistance out in the gym, as well as doing those kilometers out on the road. Like I did a marathon, as you said, couple weeks ago.
Epic.
Yeah, so it was a bit of recovery after that, and now we're back into the running. So kind of in a maintaining phase right now. Mm-hmm. But we're into our fitness, and that's what we'll be touching on this podcast a lot.
For sure.
Yeah, is like giving you updates about our training, about what we're learning while we're training. We can all learn together in the world of fitness.
Let's go.
Exactly. And in the future, we'd love to get different people on the podcast, react to different videos on the podcast.
For sure.
We just have so many creative ideas, and we're just super excited to get into it.
Yeah. We were even thinking as well as the podcast, we could do gym vlogs.
Yeah.
Kind of like us training. We could try out different kind of
exactly
training programs.
Trying out different programs, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't work, and even just having some fun out in the gym and recording our content, exactly.
And Jake's actually PT.
Yeah. But so and I can maybe share a bit of the info I've learned, and we can all learn together, as I said. And in terms of starting the podcast, Phoebe, how are you feeling? Putting yourself out there, it's a long content form, and we're also going to be on TikTok, on Instagram. We're putting ourselves out into the world.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel?
So if I'm being honest, this is like a couple of takes in. We kind of, this is our first take tonight, but it's like our second. But we had a few takes a few other days, and I was kind of nervous just starting off, even trying to introduce myself, and I don't know why, but it's like, the idea is fun of doing a podcast, but when you actually sit down to record, it's
harder than it seems.
It's harder than it seems. Because you're so conscious of what you're saying, because there's someone out there that's going to be watching you.
Exactly.
But at the same time,
the joys of having your own podcast is you can record and post whatever you feel and whatever you like, and whoever likes can listen in, you know. And I was kind of feeling similar, but I'm really excited to get into it. You know,
why not?
Yeah, exactly.
So talking about us being movie nerds and kind of shows we're watching at the moment, I'm watching The Boys with my other brother Isaac.
Yes.
Jake's been slacking. He hasn't even watched any episodes, and we watched the first 3 seasons.
Yeah.
But I think we watched the first season together, didn't we?
We did, yeah, we did. I've been slacking on the episodes. Now
He hasn't watched one episode.
I haven't watched one episode. There's about 6 or 7 I have to catch up on.
This Thursday is the second last episode.
The penultimate episode, as they say.
You have to watch.
I am a fan of the show, but I mean, it's not too bad because now I can binge it.
Sure.
And that kind of begs the question, Phoebe, how do you feel about the release of The Boys? Would you prefer to be more Stranger Things? Would you rather release all at once and you can binge it all at once? Or would you rather it be releasing weekly so they kind of drip feed you that content throughout the course of 2 months, you know?
Yeah, I get you. It's a good question. I'd say when it's like, let's say on Netflix, when a whole season is uploaded together, if you binge it like the next day, you're like, I watched it all, like why didn't I enjoy it?
True.
But I think even the way The Boys did it, like I know it's weekly now, but they released, I think it was the first 3 episodes together.
True.
So you got like a grasp for it. You were kind of enticed by the first 3 episodes.
You're right. I forgot The Boys actually released the first 3 on day 1 and then went to a weekly release schedule. You're right.
But I do like it because you see something new every week and then you get new edits on TikTok.
Exactly. You get it drip fed, as I said, throughout the week, and you get to have, you know, those conversations about it. The buzz is kept going.
Exactly.
Whereas if everyone can binge it, it's really forgot about it in about a week or 2 because the next best thing comes along. So I'd say in terms of Amazon releasing it, that's what they're going for, you know.
But they definitely are really milking it. Like even I know now you haven't seen it, but I'm sure you've seen clips on TikTok. It's like, as I said, the second last episode of this season is going to be on Thursday, and I haven't seen any soups like properly go at it. Like
yeah. Like in the previous seasons, they were amazing, but I feel like from what I've seen, I haven't watched the show, so I can't say it myself. A lot of people are saying this new season 4 seems somewhat lackluster. You know, we'll see how it ends. I will definitely catch up before the last 2 episodes, and we'll get on it 100%. And I'll touch on this while we're on the topic. You said it's great that everyone's making TikToks and edits about the show.
Yeah.
We all love our TikTok edits, our hype Homelander edits, our hype Spider-Man edits. We love them. But my problem with that is everything is spoiled super quickly.
Especially if you haven't seen the show like you.
Of course.
Yeah.
If someone wants to wait to binge the show and they're waiting for the weekly episodes to come out, it's super difficult to go on Twitter, to go on TikTok, to go on Instagram and not see any spoilers because people go on and they post about it straight away and they're all talking about it. And, you know, some people just want to wait, man. So it's really annoying.
Time, if you're a true fan, you would have seen the show by now. But you're obviously not.
That's what people say. But hey, I have a life. I got a life, man.
You know?
It's a problem, but it's not just with The Boys. It's with a lot of media. People just post spoilers instantly. And also,
I have a life. I just really like The Boys.
Yeah, of course. That's okay too. You're allowed to watch the show. You know. I've been lacking. You've been lacking. Okay. Yeah, exactly.
I still fit time.
Yeah.
You know?
Talking about stuff that we're watching this week, let's change it up a bit. UFC Fight Night.
Let's go.
Yeah, Tracy Cortez versus Rose Namajunas. I think that's how
I couldn't even tell you her second name. I just watched her for Tracy.
Yeah. So you're a big Tracy fan just because you like the vibe.
Recently, like I've been just getting so many like I said, edits on TikTok. But like seeing more of her, like, and I love her vibes. She seems like super grateful, humble.
Yeah.
And I also I was like watching videos of her, and she was getting her lashes done for Fight Night, and I was like, that's so funny. Like that's so something like I do.
She was getting those pre-fight lashes.
Yeah, she's like fight lashes done, and I was like, how many like UFC women fighters like get their lashes done?
So that's our plan this weekend. Stay up, watch those fights, 100%. Be a good vibe, good fight night. You're obviously going to be rooting for Tracy, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course. But it is a big challenge because Rose is a beast. I think Tracy's climbing up in the rankings. I believe Rose is around number 5 or 6, and then Tracy is closer to the top 10. I think she's 10 or 11. So I mean, yeah, it's going to be a challenge for her, but it's definitely going to be a great scrap. Great female scrap. Can't wait to watch. And we'll give you guys our reaction and our what we think about it after the fight next week, Because
I was thinking, like, by the time this is uploaded, we'll probably know who won.
Of course. Yeah. In terms of our release schedule, we'll hope to release an episode every Sunday.
Hopefully.
Yeah. And then in between those weeks, we'll just be posting short clips, as I said, to our TikTok, our Instagram, and stuff like that. So definitely follow us on those for that short clip content, Also, in terms of what we've been watching, went to the cinema yesterday with my beautiful girlfriend, Erica. We watched A Quiet Place, Day 1, it's called. It's pretty good. The prequel to the first two Quiet Place movies.
I haven't seen any of them.
Yeah, they're pretty good movies.
Yeah.
But I mean,
horrors, aren't they?
Horrors, thrillers, more than horrors. But if you've seen one, you've seen all of them. You gotta stay quiet. You're gonna get jump scared. You gotta run away from the monsters, and this just happens again till the movie ends. Pretty good though, I gotta say.
I like a good horror though.
I like a good horror too, but it's super hard to find a good horror these days.
Okay, what do you think? What do you think is a good horror movie?
Okay, I will say the best horror movie ever, and if anyone's looking for a good horror, I would say this to them: Sinister, which you've seen.
Was that the videotapes?
Yes. Ethan Hawke living in the house finding those videotapes. That is one of the scariest movies. Eerie, creepy, ticks all the boxes for a horror movie.
I'm like scared from that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we want from a horror movie. And ever since, it's been pretty hard to replicate,
Yeah. One thing about horror movies is I'd watch a horror movie. Like I watched Jigsaw.
Yes.
And like that was like a gruesome movie. Like I don't mind watching horror movies and getting jump scared with like a clown or something, or like getting a fright, like something like that, or spirits or whatever, ghosts. And there's a difference then in Jigsaw when it's just pure like guts, blood, gore, exactly, gore, and
that's going back to The Boys. It's like we're talking about The Boys this whole episode, but especially with the clips I've seen from season 4, a lot of the times shock value that word is thrown around. People throw in gore for the sake of it. It has no reason for the actual story, and people are just putting it in to shock you. And I think The Boys is kind of reaching that too. There's only so many things that they can shock you with until you're looking at the plot and saying, hey, I want this plot to actually proceed, Yeah, and with those Saw movies, they're pretty freaky. Yeah. You can watch the first.
I was like disgusted after watching it.
First is a pretty good movie. You can kind of throw the rest away. I've heard the new one is pretty decent, but yeah. I don't
know. What other horror movies? It. What do you think of it?
Pretty good. Pretty. In terms of newer horror movies, the second one wasn't very great.
No.
Yeah, but I feel like, as I said, it's hard to find horrors, and it's the exact same with comedies. I think comedy movies and horror movies.
I don't think so. There's some good comedies out there.
Okay, you disagree.
Yeah, I don't think that it's like as... I think finding a good horror movie is so difficult, but finding a good comedy, there's like plenty of good comedies to watch.
Okay,
there's not many new ones, but there's so many you can go back on.
That's what I mean. In terms of comedy movies and horror movies, you're always going back on the old ones. You're never going to the newer ones. Okay. They're in the same category as they do not make them like they used to. In terms of movies like Superbad, all those ones with Seth Rogen, all those comedy movies.
What was the one we watched recently? And it was so funny. It was like the one where...
This is the end. Another Seth Rogen one. Yeah, they don't make them like that. They're funny ones.
They're funny.
Yeah.
All others like a good comedy.
Yeah. And you're trying to think. You're going to go into the memory bank. You're thinking of all the old movies.
Norbit is
classic.
That's a top fave,
brain rot. Yeah, so I mean, the same with horrors. They don't make them like they used to.
Yeah, true. Okay, so I actually want to ask you this question because I don't even know it.
Okay.
What YouTubers do you watch?
Okay, what YouTubers do I watch? That's an interesting one. I'm a fan of podcasts, which is actually why we started this one. I am a fan of podcasts. A recent YouTuber I've been watching, and I wanted to talk to you about him. His name is, I believe the YouTube channel is called Renaissance Performance.
What could this be?
Or P. But the main guy's name is Mike Israetel. He's a doctor in like sports, science stuff and science stuff, and he really gets into depth about the ins and outs of resistance training and like muscle building and he's been really popping off on TikTok and Instagram, and he's been on a couple of podcasts, and I've been addicted to his videos. I've just been.
I don't know if we're thinking about the same guy, but I'm just gonna ask you.
Yeah.
Is it the guy who like talks sarcastically?
Yeah.
He's jacked.
Yeah, he's jacked, bald. Talk sarcastically.
Yeah.
You've probably seen him. Yeah, he's great.
I'm sure I've seen a few
clips. I've been going onto his YouTube, and he's been dissecting other people's workouts, and he's been talking all about this and that. I've been trying to implement some of his stuff into my own training. So
That's
when I'm cutting the grass, when I'm walking the dogs, when I'm just chilling, I'm listening to him. Yeah, or else
what other podcasts do you listen to?
In terms of podcasts, my main go-to would probably be the Joe Rogan Experience.
Oh, of course.
Just because of the variety of guests he has on.
Mm-hmm.
I actually wanted to talk to you about this about like a week or two ago, and I listened to the podcast only recently. He had on the two main people of the two main organizers of the Enhanced Games.
Okay.
Have you heard about these? No? So it's basically the Olympic Games, except they're allowing everyone to be juiced up to the eyeballs on steroids,
what?
PEDs, performance-enhancing drugs.
And this is going to happen?
Yes. And they're putting...
When?
They said their first event by like 2025, 2026.
What?
Insane, right? And they were talking...
There's going to be some crazy stuff that's going to happen.
Isn't that insane? Because like... They really put through the argument that most Olympic athletes are juiced up and aren't admitting it.
Yeah.
So they said, why not just give people free reign, give people doctors.
And they have the option at least.
Yeah.
But if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. They might as well. But I don't know, would that still prevent people who are supposed to be natural?
Exactly.
Would it still prevent people from trying to get in there to get a higher ranking?
It's interesting, isn't it? And I remember seeing it on Twitter or something a couple of months ago, and I was like, this probably won't actually happen.
Do you think that would help prevent people juicing up?
It's interesting, right?
Do you think so?
I think it would, especially if there's more of an incentive to do it financially, which seems to be the way to go.
Yeah.
Like, they were talking a lot about how Olympic athletes don't even get as much as a wage as, compared to the amount of money that goes into the Olympics. Their wages are super low. So they want to change that, and they want to give a lot of money to the athletes, seemingly. And that also begs the question, if everyone is allowed to take whatever they want in the Enhanced Games, what will that do to their health?
Oh yeah, they're gonna be dropping by they're like 50s.
Exactly, but they said they're gonna have
that's not a wild statement to make.
Yeah, they still no. I mean, they said but that's the thing. They said they're gonna have the best doctors on hand to make sure that doesn't happen. To make sure everyone's in check, everyone's healthy. So yeah, it's pretty insane.
What's your opinion? Like, do you think that you could still do it in a way that you'd still be super healthy?
I have no idea. I am not educated on the subject.
Okay.
But what I will say is I will be tuning in and watching. There's definitely money in it.
That's wild.
I want to see how high a human can jump, how much they can lift.
Yeah.
They said they're going to do MMA in it. They're going to have MMA dudes juiced up to the eyeballs. Boxers juiced up to the eyeballs. I'm going to be tuning in.
Oh my God. I didn't think about boxing.
Yeah, and that even just opens up a whole other can of worms.
Imagine if MMA was in the Olympics. They could be juiced up.
That's exactly what it is in the Enhanced Games. No, they just said they're doing MMA.
They're doing MMA in the Enhanced.
They are doing MMA in the Enhanced Games.
So they're not doing it in the Olympics, but they are in Enhanced Games.
Yeah, man. They said they are doing mixed martial arts in the Enhanced Games. Two dudes going to be
as a sport on its own.
Yes. Two dudes are going to be doing as many enhancing drugs as they want, going at it. That's what they said.
Put McGregor on it. Put McGregor on it.
And that almost begs the question, it opens up a whole other can of worms. You can really damage someone, if you're hitting them much harder, if you're much stronger. Maybe,
but they're going to be fighting back.
Yeah. Can you take more damage if you're on more performance-enhancing drugs? So that's something that we're definitely keeping an eye on. And as I said, I'll be tuning in. And we were also binging recently, since we're on the topic of the Olympics and stuff, the Tour de France documentary.
That was so good.
Yes, Tour de France Unchained on Netflix. So good. Super entertaining. The current Tour de France is on right now, but we were watching the documentary of the previous years.
Yeah.
What did you think of it, Phoebe?
It was good. I won't see this year that's currently going on, probably next year, because the documentary, I think it makes it so much more exciting.
Yeah.
Like, you get their backstory, you get their lore.
Exactly, you get everything. You get invested in each of the cyclists, each of the athletes, and they're all just insane. The amount of work they put in, and the speeds they go at, the crashes some of them take. It's like super entertaining, and it's just you wouldn't even expect it.
And you'd see some dude like who'd be way behind, and suddenly he'll just be like zoom and go past everyone.
And it's hype.
And it's hype. It's like, imagine how they feel right now.
Yeah.
After passing everyone, and they're cycling for like miles and miles.
Miles on miles, hundreds of kilometers a day, non-stop, just absolute insane athletes. And you even see it, behind the scenes, and you even see their bodies. They're super thin, super aerodynamic. Their bikes are tiny. They're just like insane athletes.
Crazy.
Upwards of speeds of like 70, 80 kilometers.
Crazy.
They're just insane.
I'd love to get into cycling.
Yeah, 100%. Would you think you'd like to get into that? Yeah,
defo, especially after watching that.
Me too.
Watching like a lot of sports racing, and like I've been so inspired. Like I realize there's so much out there to try, and like it's so exciting.
So yeah, Phoebe, I'm excited to get into making our content. As you said, we can get into our gym vlogs as well, and we would love, once we get the ball rolling and once we get a couple episodes in, to have all different type of guests on. Isn't that right, Phoebes?
Yeah. For sure.
All different guests from all different types of life.
Yeah.
And we love to just have the chats with everybody.
Yeah.
Even some of our own personal family and friends, we'd love to have on.
Get their kind of opinions on different things.
Yeah.
And if you're interested,
let
us know.
Let us know, and we can shoot the shit.
Yeah.
So that being said, Phoebe, you know what I would love? You know what I always feel like I need is a full body massage.
That is so random.
Deep full body massage. You ever feel like that? Like you just want to be cracked open. I think you got to open your phone and look at this video I sent you. I found the guy to do it.
Where is this conversation going? I was like, that is so random to pull out.
I found the guy to do it. But I really do feel that way. You ever feel like you just need one? Like your back is all tight and stuff? And
to be fair.
Yeah, go ahead. I found the guy that can do it for us,
I actually have massage voucher that I haven't used, and I got it like 2 Christmases ago, and it's like in a really nice place.
Okay, I'm gonna take that off you.
I'm like, I know, and I still haven't used it, and I'm like, I actually need to use it. It'd be so good for recovery, even now that I'm training so hard.
100%. Yes, this is the one.
Okay, let's go.
I can put it up on screen for the folks.
Perfect. I gotta turn this off. It's loading. We're back to the video. This is to wrap things up, just in case you're wondering what.
So this is the guy I'm gonna go to. Go ahead and play. The sounds he's making.
I can't. I'm gonna be laughing so hard into the mic.
Kill him.
Would you actually ever go to a chiropractor?
Oh, personally, I don't think so, but after seeing this, I think...
One more move, your life is over. They crack your neck like that. You'd have to really, really trust somebody to let somebody literally crack your whole body.
I'm still going. So you have a video you'd like to show me, also. What's that?
Pretty much. I'm just yapping now. Okay.
Let's see what you got. 7. 8. 9. 10. Beautiful, David. Come on. Mine was a bit funnier.
That's going to be us in our gym vlogs.
Yes.
Just us.
So we have one more video to hop on Instagram.
Okay.
I just got one more video to show you.
Yeah. So this is Instagram Reels. So Jake, we love our Instagram Reels.
We absolutely love Instagram Reels.
I think that if you have the right feed, if you're new to Instagram, you gotta kind of dig a little bit like certain kind of videos. But once you get in there and you've got a good little feed going on, they can be absolutely hilarious.
And the comments are usually brutal.
They're usually the best part of it.
And we're posting this to Instagram Reel, so I'll actually turn this into a reel. Do be nice in the comments. Do not be mean. Don't roast us.
This is the last video for today.
Yeah, I sent you a pretty badass video. That big ass bear. There you go. Look at that thing. The size of that thing. They can run as fast as dogs.
You just sent me this because you thought it was a big bear.
I thought it was pretty cool, I thought it was so cool. I'd share it with you guys too. Yeah, just absolutely terrifying,
Oh, that's like that kind of like brings up the whole topic of, have you ever seen it's Man versus Bear?
Yeah. Would you rather meet a man or a bear in the woods?
Yeah.
I would not like to meet that thing, is all I'm saying.
If you're gonna see that, you're gonna see a man. What one are you gonna pick?
He's gonna eat you alive.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Then they're gonna come for us. That was so funny.
Yeah,
they were funny.
We can have a little segment at the end of every episode where we respond to some videos, some funny videos. Yeah. Sure. So that being said, now that we're wrapping it up, what's your plan for the week? Let us know. Until the next episode.
Okay. So I'm gonna be keeping up my running. I'm trying to aim for every Sunday. I'm gonna try to do something better than I usually do, I guess.
Yeah, of course.
Run a further distance, do something in a faster time.
Of course.
So this Sunday, I think I'm going to do, Jake and I did this trail run. By the way, trail running is a lot harder than road running, okay? So you've got to keep that in mind when 100%. I'm telling you about the runs we're running on trails here. Through the woods.
The treacherous forest. The woods. Yes.
But we did, was it 9K?
Yes, we did 9K last Sunday.
9K last Sunday.
So we can hit that again next Sunday.
Yeah. I stopped, it wasn't far from the gate.
About 200 meters.
200 meters.
9K.
Until 9K. It was so close.
So we gonna hit it this week.
I think it'd be so funny if we recorded it as well.
Yeah, of course.
We can always put in a few clips here.
Yeah, the joys of having this channel is we'll do whatever we please. We'll do some gym vlogs, some gaming if we like. We'll talk about movies.
Yeah.
But all that we know is we'll definitely be releasing a podcast every Sunday. Isn't that right?
And we know that we'll be watching Fight Night Saturday.
Yay! Fight Night Tracy Cortez Saturday. We'll talk about that next week. Yeah, 100%. So that being said, I'll be doing the same, just training away.
I was going to ask, what are you going to see?
I'll just be training away, nothing in mind, working away, making that money,
Of course, we're always on that grind.
Of course. And we'll definitely link up before next Sunday, and we'll record for a little gym session, maybe a little gym vlog.
Definitely.
It'll be cool, as well as our next episode. So that being said, if you've made it this far, thank you very much for watching us yap for a couple of minutes. It's great to get the ball rolling, to get our first episode going. Yep. Phoebe, cheers, girl, to the Tea and Chats podcast. Anything to say to the people?
Please don't roast us in Instagram Reels. Yeah. Other than that, thanks to our loyal few fans.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. Thank him.
Thank you. And let's light this candle, shall we? All right, that's it.